How are you feeling about this group? I mean, 13 wins, looked really good on both ends of the diamond heading into conference play. How are you feeling about the group?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel like we're continuing to improve, and I'm happy with where we're at. I feel like we've lost 5 games, and all of them been by 1 run. So we've played in really close games all year, and our guys continue to improve and get better. Really like the pitching staff. Really outstanding job by our bullpen. Really, from the beginning of the season all the way through, and they just keep getting better. So just excited for the weekend. It's going to be a tremendous challenge, but I'm happy with where we're at.
I mean, speaking of the challenge, I mean, what stands out to you the most looking at Southern Miss?
Where do you want me to start? It's just they're going to suffocate you with power arms, with plus stuff. They can match up with you. They're older. They're experienced. They play good defense. They have a really tough lineup that you're going to face offensively. I think they're intelligent players. They're well coached. I mean, there's a lot of people who think they're the best team in the country right now, and they've done nothing to make anybody think differently. And so it's just exciting to have this game at home, and the excitement surrounding our program right now. And it's going to be a challenge, and it's kind of going to give us a full taste of kind of where we're at. How close are we to that level, and how much more work do we have to do? But I told our guys last night, this weekend's going to be awesome, and I want you to embrace it. And it's college baseball at its finest, and to have this type of series at home here in Jonesboro is awesome. But it doesn't determine our season. You go out and win them all, it doesn't determine the season. And you go out and it doesn't go your way, it doesn't determine the season. They're 2 really good teams playing, and you could play well and win these ones. You could play well and it could go the other way, but it's going to be a lot of fun just competing in this type of environment at home. And it's got a kind of a postseason feel to it to open up conference.
What have you learned about this group? I mean, you guys were on the road for essentially a week and a half, 2 weeks. What have you learned about this group now that maybe some questions or some answers to some questions you were kind of wondering?
Yeah, they kind of live for the moment. I think the bigger the moment and the tougher the challenge, the better they are. I think we've shown resiliency and the ability to respond. I always knew they cared a lot. Getting on the road with them for that many days, I think we just finished up a 6-day or 7-day road trip, 6 games in 7 days or whatever it was, and it's fun to get to connect with them. When you're at home and they're going to class and all that stuff, it's fun, and you have practice time and you have meeting times. But when you're on the road, you wake up with them and you eat breakfast with them, and you eat lunch with them and you eat dinner with them, and you really get a chance to connect with them even more on a personal level and kind of get a gauge for where each guy's at. And so I enjoy that part of it. I always like to do one long road trip before we start conference every year, just to get away and the team to really connect. And it was fun to be on the road with them, and we did go through some adversity. We had some highs of the highs and lows of the lows, and just kept playing and continued to respond. So I'm just really proud of their effort level. I know how much they care, so there's nothing that really stood out on the road trip, but it was really neat to get to spend that type of time with them.
Lane Walton's just been on a tear. Let's go back to the beginning. Where's the whole recruiting story? How did you guys find him?
We were actually in Texas at a junior college game watching a different player, and Lane was playing, and Coach Chris Joblin was there. And look, my staff's good. I think they do a great job, and they evaluate players, and they work really hard. And Chris is a tremendous evaluator, and he saw Lane, and he called me and said, hey, I think we need to take this kid. His numbers aren't staggering in junior college, but I think he's a special talent. And so I said, well, then get off the phone with me and start getting that ball rolling. You could hear the excitement in his voice and what he thought he was capable of achieving. And then he got here, and he just really worked hard, and we've been able to challenge him. And that's hats off to the young man. I mean, we expect a lot out of him, and we've pushed him and in the weight room, and pushed him at practice, and pushed with his routine, and really told him what we felt like he was capable of. And I think coaches do that with a lot of players, but to see him rise to the occasion and deliver, I think this is just the beginning for him. I think he's got an opportunity to play baseball for a really long time.
Evan had 5 RBI yesterday. Where have you just seen him just progress the most from the start of the season to now?
Yeah, I mean, we thought he was going to be a really good player. That's why we brought him in. He had experience playing in regionals at Stetson. He wanted to have the opportunity to be an everyday guy. We feel like he was going to have the opportunity to earn that. We feel like he did in the fall and early spring. I think at times when he's really confident and not trying to do too much, I think he's as good as any hitter that we have. At times he kind of rides the waves still, and that's part of being an everyday guy for really the first time in his career. Every at-bat's not going to be great, and moments and games sometimes are going to get away from you, but just having that inner self-belief and that confidence, I think it's starting to grow. And yesterday the day started out really poorly for him offensively, and for him to be able to stick with it, and that's one of the, I guess, pillars that we talked to him about. You can be 0-4 with 4 strikeouts and one great at bat in a big moment of the game, and it's a memorable game for you for the rest of your life. And so just sticking with it and staying emotionally locked in And it's great to see them have that type of success.
You touched on the bullpen initially. Just how thrilled have you just been with the reliability of guys like Ashford and Garrison, and kind of the line goes on and on?
Yeah, I think physical toughness is important, but mental toughness is really important. And Cody Livingston's my pitching coach. He's been with me. He's always been with me since I've been a head coach in Division I, and he just instills that. He's a tough-minded person. He likes competing. He likes getting after it, and I think our staff is really taking on his personality. That's who he is, and so everybody tries to give me all the credit for that. I'm just smart and hire really good coaches, and he's done a great job, and they trust him and they believe in him, and they have that edge about them, and he has an edge about him, and so, I'm not surprised. It's kind of the expectation. Some of our guys, like the Tyler Weimers and the Ryan Ashfords, and the growth that we've seen from Brett Foss and Cooper Garrison, everything he's been through. He lost his mom this fall. And a lot of people don't realize what these kids are battling sometimes off the field. And to see him go out and have that type of success and that type of resilience, everything that those guys have been through, it's really rewarding. And I know it's rewarding for Cody as well.
How are you feeling about just the starting rotation going into the weekend?
Yeah, our starting pitching's been fine. I don't think it's been outstanding. I think it can be outstanding. And we're sticking with the same rotation. So we're going to roll out Richter on Friday night, and then we'll go with Jack Nelson on Saturday and Dylan Farley on Sunday. Those are older, experienced guys. And with our bullpen, I think part of the issue with them, at times I think they're trying to do too much. And they just got to kind of get us to the middle innings, and then we'll turn it over to the bullpen and let those guys go do their job. And all those guys should know that because they've been in the bullpen before, but their care factor's through the roof. And, sometimes you just got to take that out and just go compete and have some fun out there. And I'm hoping they don't make this weekend too big, but I know how much they care and how important it is to them. So I'm excited to see them go compete, and they need to give us quality starts.
Great start for you at the plate this year. What's just kind of been your approach? What's just been clicking for you?
I think I took a jump in the approach, maybe more so like on intent with the swing, the action, just trying to get my swing off more frequently at a higher rate, and I think that's really paid off in that aspect of my approach. And not necessarily do I have an approach on sitting a pitch, but I think that's more so what I've been focusing on, just intent.
How much fun has it been just to be in a lineup like this where, it's pretty explosive. You guys are putting up runs game after game.
Yeah, I think it's really helpful for all of us to be in a lineup like this because you have cushions. Me being in the two, it's Quillers in front of me, Patty, and then Griffis behind him, and I think that's really helpful when you're getting several pitches in AB. You're going to get a lot of good pitches in the game when you have a lineup like that. It's very, very easy to bounce back from guy to guy.
No. You guys finally back home. It's been a minute after being on the road. How excited are you for this weekend?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think there's a lot of buzz going around, and that's a really good thing for the program. And I think, we're like Griffis said, it doesn't dictate our season, but I think all the guys are excited, and we really want to get after it.
Great start to the season for y'all. Just how much fun has it just been this first kind of month and a half of the year for y'all?
It's been really fun. Anytime I get to play baseball with my buddies, and it's always fun.
Got to ask about just your approach at the plate. You've been on a heater this entire season. Just what's worked for you every time you kind of step in the batter's box?
I would say just get a good pitch to hit, be on time, not think too much. That's really my thing.
Big series coming up. Obviously, not just you guys being back home, but how excited are you to start Sunbelt play, but get to play, top 10 team in the country?
It's exciting. Conference play, a lot of people like to look at it as it's a big deal, but it's just another game. Silva says it all the time. This weekend isn't going to dictate our season. We're just going to play another game, just how we have been the whole season. So,
what have just been some of the things you guys have just tried to work on these last couple weeks?
I would say we just keep stacking days. We try to get better at everything every single day. Nothing specific. Every individual has things that they need to work on, but we're just trying to click as a team and, just keep stacking days.